Welcome to Harriet Elizabeth Yoga's online studio. We're going to do a Kundalini Global class today, but we're going to do effectively like a micro class. And these are really good, I think, for if you're practicing online. I think it's harder to concentrate. I think it's harder when the teacher talks or when there's a lot of repetition. It's just so many more opportunities for your mind to wander. I appreciate that. I practice online a lot, so I know totally how it goes. So without further ado, let's just start. Interlace the fingers. This is your Kundalini Global opening stretch. You reach the arms up, breathing in. Twist your body to the left and then exhale fully. Inhale back to center. Stretch tall. Hold it as you turn to the right and then exhale fully. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release the hands. So the hands are spread. They come down, guide them into your heart center. Breathe in here. Hold the breath, and we're going to lift the locks. Let's start with the root lock, so your pelvic floor. Think about front, middle, and back. Yeah, so urethra, vagina, or penis, and the back passage as well, so your anus. So you're kind of squeezing and lifting. Let's exhale and release that. Whew, it's already intense. Breathe in again. Hold your breath. And now we're going to lift the belly lock. So drawing the belly in and up, like a lift of the diaphragm. If you're familiar with breath of fire, it's almost like that feeling of lifting, but you're holding on. And we're going to exhale and let it go. So soften. Breathing in again. We're going to do the throat lock. So inhaling. Hold. And think about pulling the back of the neck slightly back, so the chin is dropping down, the back of the head is lifted, and you can even create within your throat a little bit of a feeling of a lock, so like a lift. Exhale, let it go. Let's practice doing it all together. Breathing in, hold, root lock lifts, belly lock lifts, throat lock. Exhale, softly let them go together. Okay, our first Kriya. Take the arms out. Change the lock of the legs, the cross of your legs, just to create variety. If you're not comfortable seated, try sitting on a cushion, or you can always do this in a chair. We're taking Gyan Mudra. Your thumb and your index finger touch the fingertips lightly, but there's a connection. The arms are outstretched. We're going to be doing this for 2 minutes. We've already started. We're taking long, deep breaths here. So a long, deep breath is breathing in. You can breathe into the belly, let it relax, and just breathing out. Feel your sitting bones getting a little bit heavier as you settle now into the floor. So let's continue to breathe in this way. Belly and lower back opens to the breath. The exhalation, sitting bones get heavier here on the floor. Now the arms might have begun to talk. So there is quite a lot in Kundalini Global and Kundalini Yoga in general. There's a lot of like demand in terms of the Kriyas, which is what we're doing now, postures. They can be quite arm centric, and there can be just a holding, or there can be movement. But this one is a hold, and I like to think about it representing balance. How do you do with balance in your life? You may find this Kriya helps for you to connect. So you have your central column, your Sushumna, which is from that sitting bone rising up through the center of your body to the crown of the head. This is often where the chakras are considered to lie, aligning up through your central column. That is the first starting block. And the second is the cross through the heart, which is from hand to hand here. So we're creating this beautiful cross with our body. The arms are outstretched fully into their full wingspan. And there's a feeling of kind of expansion out of the heart. So your chest is open, but we're not pushing it forward. We're remaining kind of integrated through the Sushumna. And we're going to do 3 more breaths here. You've done great. Breathe in. Breathing out. 2 more. You can do this. Last breath. Hold it. Lift the locks. Root lock, belly lock, throat lock. Exhale, let it all go. Ooh, yeah, you're feeling it. I am too. Let's roll out those shoulders. Roll them forward. Just kind of swimming our back and shoulders. Maybe you're feeling some clicks in the back, twisting it out. Nicely done. Okay, our next Kriya. Our arms, our legs even, come out in front of us. You can have them closer or further apart. I'm going to just let you choose what works for you in terms of your body. Again, you could sit on a cushion and you could bend the knees as well, particularly if your hamstrings are tight. We are going to bend forward. So if it feels like your back is pulling loads because the hamstrings are so tight, just a little bend of the knees will help. Reach the arms forward here. Again, we're going to be doing 2 minutes, and this time with the posture we add breath of fire. Now, if you haven't done breath of fire before, on the exhalation you're going to breathe quickly through the nose, sort of swiftly, like a, and you can see my belly as I exhale lifts up and in like the diaphragm. Imagine you could lift that diaphragm up into the lower part of your ribs and then you can drop it. So each time it's swift. Now, you may be new to breath of fire. If you are, you might just want to kind of try it, drop it for a bit, breathe normally, try it again because it takes time to get into the rhythm. You might already be doing the Kriya now, I'm aware of that. So let's all meet you there. So you're leaning forward, arms outstretched. A feeling of reaching forward. I know my teacher Carolyn has said that this pose feels almost childlike, like you're reaching for a big teddy bear. Something about connecting to a bit of a babyish energy. I don't know what you think of that, but we're actually in here in Harriet Elizabeth Yoga Studio is actually / also my baby daughter's bedroom. So maybe I'm feeling that energy here of being up in her bedroom, practicing, channeling. A little bit of softness, I guess, a little bit of arms outstretched. There's a vulnerability to it. There's a asking for a hug, asking for a cuddle, right? We have 1 more minute. We're almost there. Reach forward a little bit more. At any point, if you feel you need to take a break, please do. You've got this. Is there a last little reach in you? That's it. Breathe in. Hold it and squeeze just the root lock. So that feeling of pulling inwards and upwards through front, middle and back. Exhale, let it go. Put those hands behind you and lean back. Maybe a little rock side to side, just to counter stretch through the spine. Now, the next Kriya is actually a counter stretch anyway for that pose, which is lovely, as if it were designed that way. Your feet are on the floor and your hands, they can face towards your hips. That might be a little bit tight for your wrists, in which case put the hands facing outwards, like left to right rather than towards your hips. Okay, we're going to do 2 minutes of this Kriya. It's going to be lifting with long deep breaths. You can hold the pose, or if you're working up towards it, perhaps you're exhaling and lowering, inhaling and lifting. I'm going to do 1 minute of each. So we've begun. This is quite a difficult one. You need to be strong through your arms and strong through those feet. Both are rooting you in this kind of reverse tabletop position, nice and strong. Maybe each time thinking about lifting up the hips a little bit higher. We're coming into our 2nd minute now. You can lift and lower, or you could try holding, which I'm going to do for this 2nd minute. Long deep breaths. Keep pushing the floor away from you. You've got this. I know this is intense. You could go back to the previous option if it feels better for you. We all have to start somewhere, and we all have to work our way up. I am, in fact, I mentioned about my daughter, postpartum, so and I had a cesarean, so I'm in surgery recovery and pregnancy recovery, and so I'm slowly building my strength up. Okay, we're going to breathe in here. Squeeze your root lock, lifting. Exhale, lower. This time the counter stretch is almost to go back to where we were reaching forward, but you're going to rotate the wrists, both directions. Let's give those legs a break as well. Let's swish them side to side. We're going to do just one more Kriya before we wind down with some breath. And this is going to be a squat. Now for you, if you know your yogi squat is better with you seated, or you can sit on a block here. It looks like this, kind of the traditional malasana in a hatha vinyasa class. Or if you're coming up into your squat, you taking the bum off the floor. You might find lifting the heels gives a lot more access to this. So wherever you are, we've already started. Let's breathe here. Long deep breaths. Your yogi squat is a great way to get down into the pelvis, into our Svadhisthana chakra. That's the 2nd chakra, which is related to the pelvic area. Also related to emotion. This feeling of getting deep into the hips can, for some people, feel quite satisfying. For others of us, it's really tight. So you be patient with yourself, however it's arriving for you. You could also go higher. So if the knees feel like either option I've given so far doesn't feel good, feel free to come up into a little bit more of a higher stance like this. Maybe your arms are on your thighs, giving you some support. In whichever variation, we're breathing here. And we've done our 1st minute. So you might want to come up out of it and just kind of take a forward fold, bend one knee at a time, just sway it out, just to give you a little bit of relief. As I said before, like with all things, it just takes time. Your body takes time. If you haven't done a squat in a while, your body is going to adjust with repetition. It's as simple as that. So we're in our 2nd minute, and actually you're halfway through the 2nd minute already. So let's stay with it. Long deep breaths. You've got this. It's just 20 seconds left. I know it can be intense. Remember, you could have a block under you. You could bring your bum to the floor for these last 10 seconds if it's going to feel better. Okay, Breathing in together. Hold. Just lift the root lock again, that front, middle, back feeling of drawing in and up. So there's a lift. Exhale, let it go. Let's come down. You've done so well. Shake it out. We're going to do our pranayama. So that's our breath work, and that's how we're going to close our micro class. I'm going to take Frida, and I'm going to be sitting on her face. Oh, hopefully she doesn't mind. I don't think she'll be into it. Okay, we're going to finish with box breath. Take your Gaya mudra that we did at the beginning. Okay, lovely. I'm really into this. It's a mudra for wisdom, and some say concentration as well, which helps. As I mentioned before, I know what it's like to be an impatient scatterbrain. This can help with that box breath. You can close the eyes, have them open, whatever your preference is here. I'm going to count us. If you know you like visuals, I invite you to visualize that we're drawing a box with our mind's eye. So you're going to draw up the box as we breathe in, hold, draw across the box as we hold the breath, exhale and draw the down line of your box. Hold the out breath and draw across. You've completed your box. Keep going, breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. 4 more times. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And hold, 2, 3, 4. Relax now. Breathe long, deep breath in through the nose. Let the belly and back fill. Exhale, release. Release from the mouth if it feels nice to. I like to sigh it out. And we'll finish with our locks. Breathing in. Lifting a root lock, belly lock, throat lock. Hold. Exhale, release. Bringing hands together. Thanking you for being part of this micro class. I hope you enjoyed it with me today. Take care.